Hey yo guys, what's good, what's happening, what's going on? And yes, you see the green screen set up behind me. Why? Because after figuring out my problem with this keyboard constantly turning off, I got my webcam working, and over here in OBS, I sort of have a green screen set up. Kind of, sort of, not really. I'm probably gonna revert it from the green screen because the other side is blue, and it might be easier to work with blue than it is to work with green. I don't know, I'm not getting enough light on it, and the camera's picking it up kind of weird. I can't remember how I had it set up before. I used to have it set up so good. And now I can't seem to get it right. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Because I can come over here into video capture, go down to filters. There's me, right? It looks somewhat good. I'm just gonna bring this over here. And we double click on the chroma key. Then you got your settings like similarities and all that. But if I turn it up too high, then all of a sudden I look like I'm friggin' got a hole in my head. Turn it down too low, and then the screen comes through. It's like if I select a color like red per se, which is not, you see how it's kind of washed out? So I'm wondering if I go close, go over here, go to configure video. Can I just bring you over here? There we go. If I crank the saturation, oh, then I look like I'm Hulk Hogan with a super tan. Like I'm freaking, yeah, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. We can't, what if we don't auto adjust the white balance? There, that's not too bad. I look like a Cheeto Dorito, but what about backlight compensation? Can we mess with that? Okay, let's not mess with backlight. What about gain? Gain does nothing. Okay, cool. Let's see if we can somehow. See, that's one thing I didn't like about this camera is that it does that weird shit. So if we go over here, go down to filters, bring this over here, double click on you, select a color, move this over, pick a screen color, boom shakalaka, click okie dokie, blacks it out. And does it mess with me when I start leveling it up? Yes, it does. See, so annoying. Actually, that might work. That might be perfect. Of course, you got the microphone in the shot because there's nowhere else I can place this thing. So I move it over, now you got this corner up here that's visible. If I move it back, the mic's in the way. So I'm just gonna leave the mic in the way. Why not? It looks funny. You know, it's just one of my scuffed setups. Guys, look at that. You can see, oh, I just broke it. Get that off my forehead. There we go. Get that off my forehead. Yeah, I'm getting some oh, that's kind of whack. Anyway, I got some work to do with this setup, but yeah, fun times. So you remember that I was selling that desk on Marketplace? Well, I finally got a buyer lined up. She at first said she'd be here for 9. It's currently 11. She's not here. Well, in the beginning, she said 1 o'clock. I was like, all right, cool, 1 o'clock, that works. I got a meeting at 1:30 today, and I've just been helping people out and stuff and getting some things done. It's Friday. Fridays are always dead. There's not much to do. So I was like, whatever. We'll just chillax, maxing and chillaxing. And so she said she's gonna be here for 1, but I got a meeting at 1:30. So I'm hoping that unlike every other Marketplace transaction, when they say they're gonna be here, they're gonna be here. Like I said, the other option is I bring the desk in the house, put it downstairs in the far corner. Like what I was thinking is bring the desk downstairs. Who's a mouthface? You're a mouthface, yeah. If you talk to the cat, she talks back. It's funny. But what I was thinking, I gotta do some cleanup down here too. I got a lot of crap that I gotta either fix or throw out. Oh, I just stepped in cat puke. Oh, lovely. Why do cats puke everywhere? Frig sakes. But I was thinking, cleaning up over here, putting it there, and then that way there I can just send print jobs to it from Wi-Fi, and that could be good. My God, that cat just pukes everywhere. Like, how? No wonder why she's so skinny. She's a barf machine gun. Freaking gross. No more pets. Once she's gone, no more freaking pets. Holy crap. You're disgusting. Why are you puking everywhere? Yeah, that's what I thought. Anyway, something else that I found that I didn't realize I had was not 1, not 2, but 3 more of these Wise cameras. I don't recall buying them. So I know I got 3 set up right now. I got 1 mounted on the garage. I got 1 mounted in my window downstairs and 1 aimed in the backyard to keep an eye on shite. So yeah. So guys, I couldn't wait. I had to go fishing last night. Got out of martial arts and it was kind of overcast, but you know that kind of broken overcast where like there's clouds, but there's still blue sky that's visible? Well, that was last night. It was spitting a bit of rain, but nothing really, you know, worthy of complaining about. So I was like, screw that. So I grabbed the quantum rod that I recently put braid on, loaded the, what I thought was a pickerel rig on it after putting some hooks on it. Went down, shot a few shots out. First I went with the float rig and a worm and, you know, caught a couple fish. Nothing really insane, but caught a couple fish, couple rock bass. They're pretty fat, they're pretty big actually. I shouldn't even rip on them. They're a fair size. They've been munching. They've been munching. But then I went down to the end of the dock and started sailing a few shots over the railing with the pickerel rig, only to discover that what I bought is not a pickerel rig. And if I learned to read, I would have realized that it's called a walleye still fishing rig. These things here, you can rig them like a pickerel rig. They will work like a pickerel rig, but you physically attach the hook right to the end of the line. You don't let it dangle. So, whoops, bought the wrong thing. Welcome to Adam's scuffed life of doing things ass backwards and hoping for great results, right? That's pretty much how I live my life. I just friggin' do my best and hopefully things work out, and sometimes they don't, but sometimes they do. But most of the times they don't. However, surprise, surprise, the quantum rod did not break. It held up. So I'm gonna be using that with the bait caster as my spinning setup, pitching light lures, which would have came up clutch last time I was down in London going pike fishing, because let me tell you, trying to throw something light like those little spinners on a bait caster was not easy, as I couldn't get the line out fast enough or smooth enough to really get the job done. That's where a spinning setup is nice, because rather than having a wheel that turns to release line, the line just falls off the spool and then you reel in the slack and then you bring back your bait, allowing for a good retrieve, if anything, and a good cast. Bait casters, however, have their own purpose. I'm just yet to figure out the difference between the two. Like, you know, one guy was, when I went out fishing the other night and I caught the clam, buddy's like, look at this guy, he's walleye fishing with a bait caster. And it's like, who cares? Like, fish don't care what you have for a reel. They don't care what you have for a rod. You can catch fish with a spool of line. If you can get the lure or the worm or the hook or whatever out far enough, you can use whatever the frick you want. You can use a spool of line. You can use a stick with fishing line on it. You can use a piece of paracord, as long as the fish isn't spooked by it, and catch a fish on it. Like, it doesn't matter what you use. Fish don't care. As long as the presentation's good, they're gonna eat. The other problem I was having was I was putting worms on the walleye still, apparently it's called, not a rig, a pickerel rig. I met up with two guys that I used to fish with at the point. They were down there already fishing, and they brought minnows. So I tried a minnow on it, and sure enough, I got a hit. But you know, being a bass fisherman, obviously I didn't set the hook right, because they're like, when you feel it nibbling, start reeling into it. Don't rip the hook back, because you'll miss your shot. And I'm so used to feeling a bite, and then you give it a good jerk to really sink that hook in. And that's not what you're supposed to do with a walleye rig or a pickerel rig, or in my case, a walleye still. So now I didn't bring these things down. I didn't test these out yet, but I'm assuming they're pretty much the same. So just drag it along the bottom and something will eat. I'm not sure when I'm going fishing next, because they're calling for rain in about a half an hour or so. They're calling for some wet, and of course that lady's going to be here to buy the desk, and it's going to be pissing rain out. Going to have to wheel it out and put it into her vehicle in the rain and blah blah blah, all that other bullshit. So hey, whatever, right? So yeah. But tonight I do want to do some live streaming. Tomorrow I got to be at the studio for noon, which kind of sucks, but not at the same time kind of good. Don't know how late I'm going to stream tonight. Probably going to go for my usual 6 hours, get to bed at 2, be up at 10, get to the studio for noon, do some martial arts till about 4. My friend is trying to convince me to go to the Fox and the Fiddle afterward to go and watch a local band called The Unknown play, but I don't know if I really want to go to a bar, because yeah, I just don't know. Lately I just haven't really wanted to be around a lot of people. I'm kind of enjoying the weekends here, play some video games, chill in my house, and the social interaction I have is with people of the audience, which is more than enough for me. But who knows? We'll wait and see. Maybe I'll have a spark of like, hey, let's go out and socialize with random strangers moment. Doubtful, but you never know. Also, because I like to have light on while I sleep, I bought this bulb from Amazon. Guys, this is 1% brightness. Check this out. Set bedroom light to 100%. Like, that is freaking bright, and you can change it to whatever color you want. Set bedroom light to green. Like, it was a cheap bulb, but compared to the ones I have downstairs in the living room that change colors, this one here, when you change a color, it actually is really bright. it's not like where you set it to white and it's the brightest, and then when you change it to red, it's barely bright. And the reason why I like red light at night is because your eyeballs don't dilate, so you can still see through the darkness. And I don't like being in complete darkness. Not that I'm afraid of the dark, it's just sometimes I see things that probably are there but shouldn't be. So I just leave it as red and 1% brightness and go from there. But yeah, I was thinking about the streaming setup, and I'm like, you know, I'm having a bitch of a time getting this green screen, blue screen, yellow screen, fluorescent screen, we all scream for ice cream set up, because it's just being a pain in the arse trying to chroma key it. And I'm thinking part of the problem is these lights up here and these lights over here just not putting enough light on the guy to really show it off, to really make it work. So what I'm thinking is we're gonna try the blue side. However, when I was down at Bloke had these, I don't know what the heck they were cool. These little black puck lights. And he had them all around his basement. That's where I sleep, is in the basement. But he has his big TV down there and his surround sound and all that. So after work, he comes home, he has dinner, and then he sits downstairs and watches movies. So he set it up where he bought these like light show puck things that really, when he turns all four of them on, it's nuts. It's like you're underwater. The whole roof and the walls and everything look like water ripples. It's really cool. And he got them from Temu, so I'm thinking Amazon probably has. And I'm thinking I kind of want to get some. And instead of using a green screen, just put some funky friggin' light show behind me. That might be kind of cool. See, the problem is I look up on Amazon these light show things like he has, and there's a bunch of them. He got them off of Temu, but the other problem is you go on Temu and there's a bunch of them. I don't know which one he bought. So that's what I'm gonna have to figure out. Basically, that's sort of what he has. Problem is, there's also this one, and this one, and these ones. Now, they're probably all the same if you think about it, because like Alibaba basically makes a generic item, and then companies like AIMEIZI, AIMEIZI, and then Luditech, Spoobula. These are actual names of the companies, guys. Cat Power, Nequare. They all just buy the generic item, rebrand it, and sell it on Amazon. However, I was thinking about getting a couple packs of them because they're literally just USB powered, setting them up in this room, lighting up the skies and making it look all crazy, and just launching the webcam as is. And it could be quite the funky light show to deal with while I'm streaming, one would think. Because if I take the green screen down, basically what you see behind here is, you know, a bunch of junk in the corner, and then over here you got a monitor and a keyboard, and then you got the wall of weapons. So, not that the wall of weapons is bad, or a 3D printer, or a freaking knife and a video card and all that's bad to look at. It's just, you know, actually it's not bad to look at at all. But still, that's kind of a mess, but one day I'll go through it. Not today, but one day. Anyhoozle, it's noon o'clock. Normally I would go out and get something to eat, but to be fair, I'm not that hungry. I do, however, have to go out and get some Monster before tonight's live stream. Probably gonna play Schedule 1 again because I freaking love that game. That game is hilarious. Like, it's just a riot. Big fan of Schedule 1 now. I can't believe I've had it for like almost 2 months and never got into it. So I figured tonight I'm gonna try and work my way towards getting the barn and then setting up something really cool. Maybe leveling up a lot more so I can get some better items. I didn't realize like there's packaging stuff where you can make bricks and like bricks of product instead of using jars and baggies. So yeah, it's definitely quite the game indeed. So probably gonna do that for a live stream tonight while I wait for this lady to show up and buy this damn desk off me just so I can get it out of the garage. And there's more stuff in the garage that I want to go through down in the shed area to potentially sell off on Marketplace just to get it out of here. I figure if I can sell it and make a couple bucks, it's better than packing it all in the truck and bringing it to the dump. So, at least in my mind anyway, that's the way I see it. If I can make a couple bucks off of it, might as well make a couple bucks off of it. Someone's trash is another person's treasure.com. Right now I'm monitoring the driveway camera like a stalker, trying to wait for someone to pull in the driveway to buy a desk. Yep, that's happening. Alrighty guys, the desk is gone. There, both items I listed, what, 2 weeks ago are finally gone. Like I said, I got things tomorrow, but I did want to go through the garage and find more items to either sell or trash to try and make some more room in that shed. I call it a shed. I guess it's just the back access to the garage. To me, it's a shed because it was never meant to be a walkthrough like it is now. That was Dad and I doing that a long time ago, like what, 2015 or some shit. We decided to open up the back end. Because yeah, when I first moved in here, this wasn't cut out. We did that and then we reinforced it with some 4x4s to make sure that it would hold its own. We literally just took one of those reciprocating saws and chopped right through the freaking, like the wall was like that. You can't see it, but the wall was like that. We just chopped an opening so you can just walk down here and do what you gotta do. Now the desk is gone. It's gone. Next up is to grab some more of this shite, list it, like this coffee table. Might as well get rid of it, don't need it. Probably gonna get rid of the wood chipper. Don't really need it. So if I can sell that for a good penny, that'd be all right. Not sure what to do with Bender. I might just put it at the side of the road and if somebody takes it, cool. Then there's all this shit over here, a bunch of totes and stuff I should go through and see what's in them. I know one of them has like my sleeping bag and camping gear in it. And then I'm keeping that saw, that's good. But what I wanted to do is clear all this out and then maybe install a bench across here and then take stuff like, I don't know, the drill press, the bandsaw, the sander, and go down there and turn that into like a little wood fabrication area where I can do woodworking. So if the car is in here and I want to come out here and build a lure, you know, I can set up my little propane heater in here and, you know, there's enough air coming in through the cracks in the doors because that's not really sealed. There's just the window broke, so we just shoved a piece of plywood in there to cover it up. Redneckrepairs.com, boys. Might look stupid, but if it works, is it really stupid? I'm going to use that line until the day I die because that's how I live my life. But yeah, we are basically all caught up on the sales. So next up is to carry on. Keep on cleaning, making space. I'll use that downstairs area or whatever as storage in the winter for the bikes or whatever, because the car will be in the garage every winter. I refuse to leave it out in the elements again, especially after I repaint it. So I guess now it's smooth sailing into the weekend. Got my meetings all done. Just got to offer support for the next 2 hours. Pet the kitty who pukes everywhere because she's a little puke face, meow meow. And yeah, pretty much chill until the weekend hits. Do what I got to do. Nobody's talking, so everything's good. Nobody's reaching out. Everything's also good. Yeah, we're good. It's 4 o'clock on a Friday. You know what that means? The shift is over. The weekend is here. Woot, woot. But no, green screen turned blue. I tried flipping it around to see what would happen. And yeah, it looks a lot more transparent now. Of course, you can see my arm in the shot, but woo! Now you guys are in the shot too. But I can sit down and it chops my head off, but I can see myself. And yeah, so having a little bit of an issue getting Schedule 1 to update with the rest of the games here. I just want to see what happens when I launch it. Is there a way to put a desktop icon on it from here? Why is it installed on Nook? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I just want to see if it's actually transparent. Oh yeah, it's transparent as frig. I can put me anywhere I want. Down here. I just don't know where in the game the stats are, so I'm just gonna leave me up in the top corner for now and go from there. Do you like my character? It's pretty dope, right? Look at him. Green mohawk, green eyebrows, green goatee, an Eggman on his chest, and a face tat. Yeah, I'll be streaming tonight, that's for sure. That's for sure. I was like, should I go out and get Monster or should I just like drink water tonight? Seeing how I do gotta sleep at some point so I can wake up tomorrow at a decent hour, wake up properly and be somewhat energized to go for 4 hours of training with a bunch of elites. Is this thing done yet? It's rinsing. I gotta do my laundry because I gotta wash my fight gear so I can go get sweaty tomorrow. Frig sakes. I was also thinking for those extra cameras, those 3 cameras, I was thinking about installing them down here. Like I had that one over there on the wall But I was thinking about putting it up high and aiming it down so that I can catch this entire room. And then for the other one, I was thinking about putting it over here where the old mount was and aiming it down so I can catch this here. My big question is, I want to know what my cat's doing while I'm gone to London, you know? I always wondered what the frick she's up to while I'm not home. And what a better way than using friggin' cameras. I could even install the other one right there where that old D-Link is. They don't work anymore. That and they were low res. The Wise cameras are like 1080p. Actually, I think those ones there are 2K, but I usually just have them recording at 1080. But yeah, I was thinking about installing those, and that way there, next time I go to London, I'm like, I wonder what my cat's doing. I can just pull up the app and take a look. Oh, my neighbor's boat's back. Their boat wasn't there this afternoon, and it's back now. I really gotta talk to them, find out if they go fishing, maybe jump on their boat with them sometime. Or, you know, I could just get around to launching my own damn boat and going out fishing. That's a thing too. All right, guys, I have no idea what the camera's looking at, but it's looking over my shoulder for some reason. Oh, that's better. That was weird. Anyway, I'm going out to get something to eat. I don't have anything to really cook. I kind of ran out of meat and haven't done a new order. And I left my keys upstairs because I'm awesome. I forgot that. Why did I even... I almost fell down the stairs. Neat. Yeah, I'm gonna go out and grab something. Grab something to munch on. Some dinners. But, yeah. Yeah, I had a nap after work. I've been working with a frickin' headache all day. And I was like, you know what? I could go for some sleep. So I went and laid down after work, and then all of a sudden now it's 6:30 and I'm like, oh, well, look at that. Would you look at what I did? So, sure enough, we were outside earlier today, you know, went to the garage and everything was great, right? Can you hear that behind me? What if I show you? Piss and rain. All right, quickly to the truck. Told you guys we were expecting some wet. You probably hear it hitting the top of the truck. One difference between my truck and my old G6 was when it rained in the G6, he didn't sound like someone's snare drum. But in this truck, man, you hear everything. Okay, what's going on here? I got some people on the side of the road. What the frig, man? It's like pissing rain out. You got a lady with 3 kids outside, walking around with umbrellas. Friggin' idiots. Get your kids indoors where they can be frickin' dry so they get sick. That's one thing I don't get about my street, man. It literally goes nowhere, yet it's so busy with foot traffic. Blows my frickin' mind. But yeah, I'm gonna go get a bite to eat. I figure I'll hit up Independent or... yeah, Independent. What the frick is going on down here? Oh my goodness. All right, well, guess we won't go straight. Looks like they got the road closed, probably water main blown. Speaking of which, maybe I should call the city and get them to do the same on my street. See if they can recover my my water spout, my water spigot. Who the frig knows where that thing went? He's gone. He's gone. Mowed the front yard, and I even took the weed whacker to roughly where I thought it was to beat back some of the terrain. And yeah, I can't find the damn thing. I don't know where the hell it is. They got sucked into the ethers. Somebody on in the comments told me to take 2 pieces of wood and walk around the yard, and when they cross, I'll find it. I don't know. I don't know about that. That sounds like some hocus pocus voodoo shit. Hey, turn signals work great, eh? Buddy's coming in all slow and shit. And I'm like, what are you doing? Yeah, he's turning. Yeah, gas is back up to $1.31 a liter. It was $1.20 for a bit, but it's slowly making its climb for summertime, right? Because everybody goes on vacation, so might as well jack the prices. More recreational vehicles going out in the form of boats and stuff, so gotta turn a profit on them nice weather fun times, right? Oh man. Man. Well, luckily it's gonna piss like this for like tonight, and then tomorrow it's not supposed to be too bad, and then Sunday's supposed to be real good, so I might get back out fishing. Really got to find a good location though. Like the dock that I've been going to is not bad, but it's kind of like not in this city. I'm literally leaving town to go fishing, because like when I was at the government dock that one time where I first started off fishing, so there was a guy to the left of me and his kid, and then me. And I'm casting straight out. His kid's sort of casting straight out, not very far. And then the loser guy is casting across us. Like, what are you doing? You were there first, you picked your spot, fish your zone. And he's like, he literally caught my line 3 freaking times while I was fishing. So I asked him, like, what the frig is your problem, bud? cast that way. And he's like, well, I want to cast over there. And I'm like, then why are you standing there? Move over. Like, why are you casting across me and your son? Smarten up. Finally, I just lost my cool, and I'm like, yeah, this is dumb, I'm leaving, because otherwise I probably would have just got into a fight with the guy and beat the shit out of him, because I was getting that angry with him. And I'm not allowed to get that angry with people. I'm not allowed to get police records and stuff, because that's bad, okay? I'll never understand these grocery stores that, like, ditch 1/4 of their parking lot for a flower garden center. Like, come buy your flowers at a grocery store. And then, like, Walmart's right across the street and they got the same shit going on. I'm like, holy crap. Hey, when you guys come to a grocery store, what's the first thing you think of? Yeah, it's building a garden, right? It's putting a flower bed in? Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too. That's exact. I'm like, oh, I could use some steak, but maybe I'll buy some rose petals. Maybe I'll buy some roses. I'll build a garden. Like, come on, independent. Pull your ass out of your ass. Anyway, guys, yeah, I just woke up. I'm a little grumpy. I'm going to get some food. Seriously, starting to question how many people from North Bay watch my shit. Not because I get spotted in public, but it's because every time I mention something, they, for some reason, it becomes unavailable in stores. Like the 12 packs of Monster. Now I can't find them. So, onward to the corner store to grab a 4-pack because I ain't paying their price here for that. And I know Walmart doesn't have the 12 packs. I've only ever seen them in, holy, are you tweaking? Jesus, did you guys see that? Just kind of stops in the middle and just starts friggin' headbanging like they're listening to Megadeth or some shit. But no, like the only time I've ever seen them was at Independent or Food Basics. They might have been at Sobeys, but I'm not driving the other end of town. If that was the case, I would have just went there for chicken. But they charge way the frig more than friggin' Independent. Holy crap, it's like 12 wings or 30 bucks. At least at Independent, it's 22 wings for 26 bucks. Still expensive as frig. I used to get a bucket of wings for like $16, and it was like 36 wings or some shit like that. And then inflation hit, and instead of making things more cheaper, all they did was lower the quantity for the same price. And then they, what the frick? You guys see that little lunchbox riding on the sidewalk? Well, you're gonna see it again, because here we go. Look at this stupid little thing. Oh my goodness. It's like, one day I want to grow up and be a real car. My first Tesla, I guess. I don't know. It's funny because I'll talk about things. Oh, hey guys, they got this great new bait at Canadian Tire, and then I go in there and it's all gone. I'm like, okay, what the frick, you know? Most of my audience comes from the Americas and the UKs. There's not many Canadians that watch my shit. What the frick? Okay, light screen, bud. This is where you tromp it. There you go. You figured it out. I'm so proud of you. Here's a cookie. All right. I'm gonna just take my usual parking spot right beside the door, so I'm in and out like trout. That made no sense, but it might make dollars. All right, guys. I'll be right back. I'm run aside, grab some Monster, and be with you in a moment. Nothing like the Friday night gamblers coming out of the woodworks, eh? Holy. Go and grab my shit. Lady's at the counter when I get in there. She's still at the counter while I'm ready to pay. Playing Nevadas, buying scratchers, buying lottery tickets, just pissing away her cash into the gambling. I'd say it's a good thing North Bay doesn't have a casino, but we totally have a casino. I've just never been to it because I don't believe in gambling. I like to earn my money, not risk it all on chance. Which kind of makes you wonder how many of these properties that have been foreclosed, if it was due to unemployment or people putting their mortgage on the line at the slots or the craps or the blackjack. You never know. Gambling, it's an addiction, man. Like anything that gives you a rush, eh? Anything that gives you that euphoric feeling. Oh no, I gotta go this way. I can't go that way. I just remembered after I forgot that that entire street is currently shut down. What the hell's in my pocket? Something squishy in my pocket. Freaking last night while fishing, one of the guys caught a walleye, comes over and he tries to shove it in my frickin' pocket. I'm like, what the hell's the matter with you? I thought it'd be funny. Holy frig, bud. You're about to get punched out. Stop it. Friggin' jams a walleye in my pocket. Like, I call them kids because they act like frickin' kids, but they're adults with real jobs. Like, one guy's a plumber. Friggin' taking you guys on the scenic route here. Oh, there goes my monster. That just jumped off the seat onto the ground. I'll make sure to open those up right away when I get home so I can wear them. Won't that be pretty? You know what? Screw it. Let's just go this way here. I think I can get out this way. It's been a while since I've been down here. This is the path that Oreo and I used to walk back in the day. Hard to believe that it's been 11 months, well, longer than that, 11 months and 2 days since he passed. Feels like just yesterday I was cleaning his shit off the kitchen floor. But yeah, when we used to go for our night walks, we used to go all the way down, and he would go forever. That dog, you could take him for like a 4-hour, 5-hour walk. As long as he brought some water or had access to water for him to drink, he didn't give two shits about being out. He was so happy. Go out exploring, sniff everything, sniff everything. Like, if it was there, he had to sniff it. Grass, dandelions, people. He didn't give a shit. He just wanted to sniff everything. But I think all dogs are like that. Walk around, nose to the ground. But it came up clutch the one time we went back in the woods because he totally, like, I'm like, it's time to go home. And it's almost like he understood what I meant because, like, we turned around and he started sniffing the ground and he was pulling me back. Like, we literally came back the way we went up and I just let him lead and he knew how to get out. So I guess he just knew based on smell. Like, he had like friggin' smell radar, if that's a thing. So that's kind of a cool feature. I kind of wish I had that. Anyway, I'm home. I'm going inside. I gotta eat. Do you remember when I left, I said that there was a lady behind me with her kids out in the rain? When I got home, she was walking by my driveway again. What the frick is she doing? Is she out here now? I literally saw her out front. Like, is she staking my house out? Am I about to get robbed? I did sell that table to a rather shady looking individual today, let me tell you. Guy I sold the desk to really looked like an upstanding member of society. I don't see anybody out there. I don't know where the frick she went. But she went somewhere. Oh, anybody comes to the door unannounced. At least Sora will let me know they're there. Anyway, I want to eat some chicken. I'm a little damp. I'm a little moist right now and a little irritated because I'm hungry. Maybe hangry is a thing. Huh. So I totally just did that thing where I forgot that I was vlogging. Yup. And we just did a live stream for 4.5 hours of schedule 1, but I need to get to bed, and that's what I'm gonna do now. So guys, shutting her down here. We had a good live stream. Finally got the barn. Now you'll get an idea as to how far I am into the future if you watch the live stream. If you didn't, that's fine. You can go watch the VOD. If you don't want to, that's also fine. Anyway, guys, I'm shutting it down here. So thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Tomorrow I got a long day ahead of me, I think, and we'll see how that goes. So yeah, thanks for watching. And until next time, guys, live it to win it. Peace the frig out. Sit, stupid, sit. Good dog.